statement from one of the top forensic document experts, Sandra Ramsey-Limes, who stated that what Obama posted on the internet cannot be treated as a genuine document. We need to see the original on file in Hawaii. I provided a statement from a former federal agent, Stephen Kaufman, that stated that selective service certificate that Obama published has numerous signs of forgery. All of this information I provided to FBI, Department of Justice, Social Security Administration, IRS, everywhere. I also found a list of 100 current job positions for Barack Hussein Obama, Barack Obama, and Michelle Obama. Of course, most of them did not make it to their tax returns. So what are those job positions? There can be several possibilities. Most probable one is that that there were financial dealings, that he might have gotten some donations over the allowed amount. You're allowed to donate only a certain amount. So what do people do when they want to give a candidate a larger donation and get some kind of benefit on the back end? They can record it as a job position. Well, job position, you can give anything. And when somebody has 39 social security numbers, he can have job positions, but those would not be on his tax returns because different social security numbers were used. I don't know exactly what was the purpose, but I can assure you that it was not above board. And another indication that it wasn't above board, that after I published those 100 job positions, there was a concerted effort to erase them from the internet. And we published what was there in January and what was there sometimes in June. From 100, only 7 were left. 93 were erased. Another interesting fact, that many of those job positions were with the mainstream media, like CBS and CNN. Even it said FCC. Another thing that was interesting, Ann Coulter. And now, as Ann Coulter is attacking people that are questioning Obama's eligibility, I'm thinking, is she really conservative or she is there to lead in the wrong direction? And that might be a possibility. I provided the dossier for Justice Scalia. And I was told that on January the 13th, Chief Justice John Roberts is going to be giving a lecture in Moscow, Idaho. And it's long ways from Southern California where I live, but I figured I have to do it. So I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, not much sleep this year. As my husband says, you can, when you're in grade, then you get a lot of sleep. Hopefully I'm not going to be there anytime soon. But I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I drove to San Diego for a couple of hour and a half, and I was doing radio interviews back east as I was driving and as I was in the airport checking in, going through security, even in the bathroom, everywhere. All those numerous interviews. And then I flew from San Diego to Salt Lake City. And from there, I changed planes. And I flew to Spokane, Washington. From there, I rented a car and I drove for a few hours to Moscow, Idaho. But I did make it to this meeting. And again, as they announced question and answer session, I was the first one to run to the microphone, and I could see the Secret Service ready with their guns, and I'm showing them I have no weapons, I just have briefs. I just have documents. So I confronted Chief Justice Roberts, and it's actually on YouTube. It was videotaped. There were, I think, 12,000 people in the audience. There was simulcast to all of the campuses of University of Idaho, and it is on the internet, and it was even translated to a number of languages. Not long ago, I've seen it in Spanish. It was interesting to see myself speaking Spanish. I do speak Spanish, but probably not as good as it was there. And I stated to him Your Honor, do you know there is illegal activity going on in the Supreme Court of the United States? Your clerk, Danny Bickle, didn't provide you with a supplemental brief that I have provided. My case was erased from the docket. And there were petitions. There was about 500,000 petitions demanding that the Supreme Court hear this case. And when I approached Justice Scalia, he had absolutely no knowledge of the existence of this case. I have to tell you, Chief Justice John Roberts looked pretty embarrassed. As a matter of fact, he was supposed to be participating in a reception afterwards. He didn't feel like eating or drinking. He left anyway. But he did state on camera, you can see it on YouTube, he said, I appreciate you making this effort. I see that you have documents with you, and I will review them. That was great. The problem is he's never done it. I never heard from him since March. I did hear from his clerk, and what it was just a runaround. Anything I tried, and I know that there is a good possibility that this case will end up in the Supreme Court, so I was trying to find a way to go there right away, and I asked them to rehear the original case, Lightfoot v. Bowen, because there was evidence that they never actually discussed this. Scalia knew absolutely nothing about it. They didn't agree to rehear Lightfoot v. Bowen. I submitted quo warranty case. They didn't agree to hear that. They were saying, well, you can't do a quo warranty, you can do only certiorari. I said, no, you can do other types of cases. They said, okay, well, you can do writ of mandamus, or you can do a stay, so I submitted the stay. Then they said, well, there is no original jurisdiction in the Supreme Court. I said, that's not true. There is original jurisdiction in the Supreme Court in certain cases. For example, when ambassadors of other nations are involved, and I stated that I would like to bring writ of mandamus when demanding production of documents from Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, and ambassadors, and therefore it gives me original jurisdiction. Again, we are talking to the wall. They simply didn't want to hear this case, and they were just trying to find excuses not to hear it, not to file it. We have this army of gatekeepers. In the Supreme Court, they're called clerks. With congressmen and senators, they're called aides. I'm sorry, yeah, they're aides. They're the aides. And no matter what you bring, I don't know how much those congressmen and senators even know, but you're trying to go through those gatekeepers and you get nowhere. So when I saw that Supreme Court is simply not willing to do anything, I'm wasting my time, I went back to the district court. And I filed several more cases. Now, there's also, now quo warranty, as I said, it's a writ that you can bring where you question legitimacy of a holder of federal office. And typically, quo warranty is brought by the government. So I have submitted this to the Attorney General of the United States, Eric Holder. And it's like sending something to Eric Holder. It's pretty much the documents disappearing in the black hole of the universe. You never see them, you never hear from them. Again, talking to the wall. I submitted it to the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. District of Columbia has special